Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craftsmaster Dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. So, welcome to episode number 50 of the CMJ Level Up program. We've gone and did 50 live streams all the way from white through blue belt so far, and we have quite a few left for the blue belt. We're going to be tracking up to 5,000 rolls for the blue belt. And that is before moving to the purple belt. So let's get the KPI roll tracker engaged and let's get started. Before we get going, I want to point something out with the dice here. Yesterday I did my second round of the shooting competition for the international shooting competition. Good morning, QT. And one of the comments on there was that they look like Monopoly dice and they wanted verification of the dice. And that interests me, that comment, because first of all, if anybody knows me, I'm not a cheater. Second of all, this is a fun competition. But let's see if I can get that on there. These dice here are Craps Nation dice. So these dice here are the white dice that came right from Craps Nation. And if you check out any of my dice setting videos, I use those white dice quite a bit in those videos. So to rest assured, guys, they were legitimate dice. Good morning, Chris. And, I would have a hard time finding any of the people that are left in a competition be putting themselves in a situation where that was not a valid roll at all. So once again, Craps Nation dice, they have all the appropriate numbers on there. So just to show you guys that they are legitimate dice. Oops. There we go. So kind of whatever, okay? We're going to go with the 5454 hide set again. Just as a recap of the shooting competition yesterday, guys, I did roll a 20 on the first shooter and a 2 on the second shooter, so it gives me an average of an 11. Good morning, Mike. And that puts me currently in 4th place in the standings for this round. So that was a 20 is my high on this roll. The first roll, my high was a 12. And guys, remember that this is a difficult competition that we're in. And the reason it's difficult is not so much the throw in itself. The reason it's difficult, thank you, Chris, is because it's only a very select period of time. If you guys watch me do my 100 rolls every day, you see that I have several rolls that are 4, 5, 6, 9 long, and then I get like a 20 or a 30. And then it repeats again, like a 10, a 12, a 10, a 4, and then a 20, So you kind of get lucky with those long rolls when they happen, when they do. But let's get started here, guys. 5454 hardware set. My right die, or my left die is the black die. The right one's the white one. First roll of the day. And we're going to start off with a mid-mo-yo. 5, 6, 11. Pass line come out winner. $20 was good. I was very happy with that, Mike. I was shooting for number 1 spot, but hey, guys, I will take any passing, any qualifying throw that there was. Like I said, that is a very tough competition, and there's some extremely good shooters that have been eliminated so far and that are still in the competition. So we have a 4, 6, 10. So our point will be 10. And we are now labeling that Waylon's best friend on the end, Big Joe, for it's his father. Big Joe, Waylon's best friend on the end. So we have a Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey at 314. We have the Big Joe, Waylon's best friend, on the end for number 10. And we have a 1, 6, 7 out. So short roll to start off the day. Lots of stuff went on this weekend in the craps world. Alfredo had his good morning, Mad Dog. Alfredo had his show a couple times this week. this weekend talking craps with Alfredo. He also had many rollouts. Jeff from Mid Atlantic Craps went live several times this week, and last night he had a very, very difficult time rolling out his stuff, and had one of those days like I had a couple weeks ago where he was just frustrated with everything. 3-2-5, no field 5, single pitch. Morning, that's the one. So got just a few minutes of a late start here today. Trouble getting the kids off to school, so 5-6 Minmo Yo, second one for the day. I sat down with Alfredo. By the way, when I did my rollout, I was with Big AZ. Big AZ, awesome guy. That's my first time ever talking to him one-on-one, behind the scenes and that type of stuff. Super nice guy, extremely hard worker guy. Every compliment that he gets, he deserves. Just an amazing guy. I'm veering off to the right again a little bit here. 6-5 Minmo Yo. And that is Chiro in the house. But after I got done, I sat down and I talked with Alfredo for a little while regarding the bone tracker stuff. And I think we got some things situated out. I got one more question to run past them. So when I get an opportunity, I'm going to run that past them regarding bone tracker. Something that I unveiled. 516. So that's an implosion of that right die. So that's, I want to go through that stuff with Alfredo. I'm also going to meet up with Alfredo sometime to discuss different ways to bet. Now we're going to start covering betting for 610. It's a dominant number today so far. I'm going to try to get with them and discuss different ways to bet. And we're going to be covering a lot of that in our purple belt, which is the next belt level. And the reason being is because the biggest way of betting right now on YouTube is to come up with some kind of strategy. And everybody's coming up with strategies to either play light side for 610, either play light side, and that's explosion of the right dime, to either play light side, the dark side, or some kind of hybrid strategy. And the hybrid strategy is more of a YouTuber thing rather than people in a casino playing thing, because you don't see a lot of that unless you see people looking at the strategies on YouTube and that. And I want to kind of get away from that whole light side, dark side, hybrid strategy concepts. Veering off to the right again, 617 out. And what I mean by that is you look at Alfredo, you look at Ed Robinson from Roll to Win, and they have a different style of betting. And I call it a shooter style of winning, of betting, a shooter style of betting versus a strategy style of betting. The strategies are going to be looking for the best numbers, the best way to hedge, the best way to recover your money, to get back to even so you can start building, all those types of things. Whereas a shooter style of betting we'll start looking at 437 come out 7. We'll start looking at trends, such as this, for example. If you see a lot of come out 7s, you would want to start placing bets to make it advantageous for you to collect on the come out 7. Or if you throw a lot of horn numbers, using the come out to bet towards those horn numbers and trying to shoot for them. Different things that you could do for your betting styles. Also different ways to press your bets up. 2-4-6, single pitch on access. Different ways to press your bets up. It would be another betting style consideration, and that's a shooter betting style. That's the one Cindy is up $54 because of the sevens coming on that come out. That's a great example of how do you bet from a shooter perspective. So that's stuff I'm gonna sit down with Alfredo with. I would love to sit down with Ed from Roll to Win as well sometime and get his philosophy on all that type of stuff. And I would like to start putting together a little program that we can put in addition. 3-4-7. We're having some very sharp rolls here today. That's a double pitch. But we get together and get some ideas of a betting program that we could do from a shooter perspective. And I don't want that to be a standalone program. I want that to be part of this dice shooting black belt journey that we're on. And we have a 3-5-8 single pitch on access. And if any of you guys have any ideas, for betting from a shooter perspective, feel free to drop in email. My email is in every single video. I have it in my description, but it's crapsmasterjourney@yahoo.com. Feel free to send emails off, questions, comments, ideas, all that type of stuff. And there we go. Finally, we have a 134 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So you guys just joining in who didn't see the beginning of the live stream today, this is episode number 50 for me. We have done 50 episodes by the time today is done for white belt through blue belt so far. And I had a total at one time, 235. I had a total at one time of how many it would take to get through black belt, and I totally forgot how many sessions that would be if you did the 100 throws per session type thing. I'm thinking it was somewhere in the mid 300s. I'll have to look it up to see if I can figure that out again, how many sessions I had figured out. It's in one of my past videos, actually. I think that's in my level up video. And we have a 167. So that would be an implosion of both of the dice. Actually, an explosion of both of the dice. I'm glad I had my morning, Bam. I'm glad I had my good throws yesterday because the numbers today are not nearly as good as they were yesterday or even the day before. The day before, if you guys watched on Saturday when I shot, I had a 30 and a 20 roller, I think, on Saturday. It was a good day. And you're going to have good days and bad days. That's to be expected. Let's start focusing here a little bit. And we have a come out Magic Aces, Snake Eyes. 1-1-2 for come out. So that's an explosion of the left dice and an implosion of that right die. And let's start focusing here a little bit, see if we can get a little bit more consistency in our landing zone, a little bit more length to our roll. Grabbing with the fingertips of the fingers. And we have a 2-1 Alfredo sauce. That's what we're calling that now, a 2-1 Alfredo sauce. Good morning, Navaldo. Tiny bit long on that one. We have a 4-6-10. It's quite a few 10s today. So that's an explosion of that right die. So that is our fourth 10 for the day. I thought it was more than that, but that's still a lot. Out of 20 rolls, we got 1/5 of them are are the 10. So that's a pretty stick your finger up stat, as George would go. 10s are giving everybody else the finger. Now it felt really good coming out. We have a 6-2-8. The right dice took off a little bit, but the left dice, we had an implosion. So in Wisconsin, it is right now the last week, we've gotten probably about 16 inches worth of snow. So we're doing a lot of snow removal. We have a 3-3 hard 6 on access, primaries. And this morning I woke up and we're getting slush and sleet right now. So the temperature has come up a little bit. It just makes it for a wet, messy, slippery environment outside. The left eye kind of came out a little bit weird, but we lucked out. We have a 3-5-8 single pitch on access. That left eye felt like it slipped out a little bit sooner than what the right eye did. And I had one split apart a little bit here when I gripped, so regrip. Tiny bit long, but we have a 2-on-3 Alfredo sauce. So to get QT, to answer your question, I think majority of the people will buy their own table. Very few actually make it. I was one of the few that actually made a full table. And I have all my videos go out there and show that. But a lot of people do make throwing stations. And if you look, Chris from Dice Degen has out, I believe, 2 videos of how he has made his throwing stations. Awesome videos. Him and girlfriend Degen have gone out and shown that. Great detail. He has a step-by-step video on how he has done that. So if you need a table or a throwing station, make sure you go out and check his videos out. We have a 1-4-5. And on a flip note, guys, I know that I've been teasing everybody for the last 2-3 months about all the funds that I make, either go back to the equipment or a project that's coming up. And I don't have really the amount of money that I need to do the project, but I'm going to announce the project right now. What I would like to do sometime before the Crafts for Cure is produce a set of videos on how to make a throwing station. And I'm going to not go with a basic throwing station. We're going to go with a deluxe style throwing station. And one of my ideas is to have it so that it rotates. So in other words, you can use it as a craps throwing station for 1 second, and then when you're done with it, you can rotate it upside down. It can be like a kitchen or dining room table, and we can take the throwing station as well as the receiving station, slide it together to make a nice table. So that's something that that I would like to do. You know, and it's a deluxe thing. Now, here's where the thing is. I can only use the funds for my channel to make that, and I haven't priced it out yet. It's going to be somewhere between $500 to $1,000. And the kicker is, I want to take that throwing station and donate it to the Crafts for Cure. So that way they can go into the auction and somebody can bid on it to actually win that throwing station. Now, again, we have a 5-3-8 here. I want to use money my channel makes towards that project. So something to keep in mind for future episodes. You know, if we can figure out a way to generate that money. Thank you, Chris. And that was the reason why I kept on saying that the money generated from the channel will be used towards a project that will hopefully benefit somebody in the craps community. But then after we get done with that 2-4-6 single pitch, after we get done that, we got to figure out the logistics of how we can get our table to whoever wins the bid. So. But again, this throwing station I want to make, and I still have to come up with the designs. It's all in my mind right now. It's not on paper. But I want to figure out a way to make a throwing station that actually pivots or rotates like on a spindle. 6'5" Minbo Yo. And people can use that either as a craps throwing station in a dining room area or whatever, or kitchen or wherever you have it. But then also serves as the main table for the room as well. So it just rotates and it goes upside down. And you can use it as a place to eat or do crafts or do whatever you want to do. I think it's a neat idea. 6/6/12 midnight. I think that's a good idea. I've never seen anything like it done, so it will definitely be an original idea. And we finally got a shooter going a little bit here, guys. We're on roll number 12. It's the first halfway decent one that we've had today so far. And I speak, and the big red shows up. 2-5-7 out. Double pitch. So thanks for the accolades as well, Chris. I am in the process right now, and this is one of the things I'm going to be hopefully generating some money from towards that throwing station table build. Is this afternoon, if I can get the rest of the video edited, 336 hard 6. I have the last video coming up for the Badass Craps Move tournament, and the winner will be revealed this afternoon. But that is going to be my last full version edited video that I'll be doing for a little while, because I want to be concentrating my efforts not only on my live streams in the morning, but I'm also writing an ebook on a table build, how to build a craps table, a 12-foot craps table. And it's going to be 3-4-7 out. That dice roll there, it was a 3-4. 3-4. It's going to be over 100 pages long. It's going to be pretty detailed. I'm going to have pictures, measurements, material lists, things, the types of woods that you can use, the equipment that you need to use. Everything's going to be on paper, so that way you can use the free videos along with the ebook to build your own table if you want. 4-2-6. And honestly, I have probably about 8 to 10 hours into that ebook already, and I'm not even through the first video. I'm about halfway through that first video. So it's going to take a while to write that book. It's going to take a lot of time. So that's why we're going to stop doing the long version edited videos for a short while until I can get through that ebook. And I will be selling that. 415. That is a Implosion of the Right Die. I will be selling that book. It will not be very expensive, I will tell you that. But I do not have a price in mind for that. And all the proceeds for that will be used towards that throwing station table build, which I will again do videos, complete videos on that, so everybody can build their own throwing station if they want. The dice are not staying together here. They're splitting. And they're split again. Let's see if a 5-2 comes up right now, because every time the dice split, if you can see they're split, I can't get my fingers going right now to keep them together. Whenever they split that, it tends to be a 5-2. And they're split a little bit again. Let's see what happens. See if that is what comes up. No, wow. 3-3-6, hard 6. So I lucked out on that one. And sometimes when I have that splitting problem, or sometimes I should say most of the time, usually the 5-2 is what comes out. And what I'll do then is, Chris, when you build your table, let me know. There's a few tweaks that I would put into it also to make it a little bit better for what is more conducive to the real casino. And that's some of the stuff that I'm covering in the ebook, but I will talk to you about that on the side. 1-4-5. There's probably like 2 or 3 things that I would do differently if I built my own table again. So anyhow, that's kind of plans going forward, guys. Hopefully that ebook will help generate a few extra dollars so we can get that throwing station built ahead of time. It's going to take me probably a month and a half, 2 months to build the throwing station because I still want to keep on doing 1-6-7, 7 out. I still want to keep on doing the live streams every day. I work 50 hours a week. I have a family, and currently there's only 3 kids that are living with me right now. Between the girlfriend and I, we've got 6 kids in total. So family life takes a play as well. Plus, you got to do the shooting of the videos and the editing of the videos. So it'll take a little bit to get that table build going once it starts. So I'm thinking about a month and a half, 2 months from start to finish. And we have Boxcars Midnight Train. I will tell you what, guys, the numbers that I'm throwing today are all over the place. I am seeing very little consistency today. Other than that 10 was hitting hard, and the 11 we got hit quite a few times. 5 is hitting. But the consistency, I'm not seeing patterns today, so this is not a good betting day. And this is why I want to talk to Ed and Alfredo to try to develop some kind of betting style for shooters. Veered off to the right a little bit, and we got a 5-2-7 out. So seems to be kind of a trend today. We're going to go through those down flows. Dusted one is collecting on the 7s. Glad you could profit off of my failures today, buddy. That's awesome. So let's turn it on here. We got a 3-6-9, centerfield 9. And that's an explosion of that right die. We're going to hone in that landing zone right now. We're going to focus in, talk just a slight bit less. Dice veered off to the right a bit. We have a 3-3 hard 6. So, oh, yes. Okay, good. It did not flip. I thought it did. So of the hard ways today, the 3-3 is the dominant one so far. Good morning, SJ. And we have a 1-3-4 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So those of you who are just joining the live stream, make sure you go back and and watch some of the beginning stuff in that. There's a lot of important things that I've covered that are CMJ related. Everything from this being the 50th episode of the Level Up program to the results of the shooter competition this weekend, 369, to future plans that I have going forward for the channel. Five, 4, 9, center field 9, single pitch. Good morning, Mark. So there is, I believe, 8 people left for the shooting competition that still need to go. There's, I think, 2 people from the Hawaii Crap Shooter crew. 369 center field 9, and a few others that need to go. It's looking like the 13, 11, 12, 13 roll mark is going to be what it's needed to get you through. We've had some people that have had some very bad rolls, and these are very good shooters, by the way. But we've also had some people that have had some very good rolls. The lowest roll total is a 2. And the highest, I believe, is a 33 for this round. 336, hard 6 on Nexus Primary. I came in at a 20. So I got lucky on one of the rolls. The other one was a 2. So we averaged out at 11 for my throws, for my 2 shooters worth. And we have 268. And that one felt really comfortable coming out. That's an explosion of the right die. That one felt really comfortable coming out. I hit the landing zone. The energy level seemed to be good. And they felt like they came out really even from my fingers. And remember, guys, there's 4 major things for throwing that you really want to concentrate on. If you look at the logo on the video here, around my logo, I have a square with 4 words around it. Now when the left dice took off a little bit, 325. That's a single pitch. And you look at that logo, the top says landing zone, so that's vitally important for your dice shooting journey to narrow in that landing zone, get a consistent landing zone. I know with myself, when I'm consistently hitting the same area, I'm usually getting some pretty decent rolls. On the left side, you talk about grip, and that's what I'm doing right now, making sure that that grip is square. And the dice are tight together when you release them. 6 to 8, and they stay relatively tight as they go down the table, and they rotate in the same revolutions. And that all has to do with your grip. Morning, Alfredo. And then we have the energy, which is on the right side of the square. And the energy of the dice is how hard are we throw them, how high are we throwing them, how much speed does the dice have, all those types of things. And the goal, at least the goal for me, 257 out. At least the goal for me for energy is to get them down a table so they bounce off the table, bounce up into the wall, and they come back down, they land as close as to the wall as possible. And my theory behind that is if you can decrease the amount of energy in the dice, there's going to be a lot less random rolling of the dice once they come back off that wall. Now, the wall is diamond shaped, and that does help randomize that dice to some degree. But our goal is to snake eyes, magic aces. Our goal is to minimize the randomness after it comes off that wall, as far as do everything that we can ahead of time to, that was from out too, by the way, everything that we can do to decrease the randomization before it hits the wall as well. So we can keep everything constant before and after, that would be perfect. And we have a 516 mixer. Chris put a video out this morning from Sideshow Gamble, and I did not watch the video, but I looked at the thumbnail, and I'm guessing that the person on the thumbnail is one of his daughters, because it's, you gotta look at it, guys. I think you'll understand what I'm talking about once you see it. Veered off to the right a little bit, and we have a 2-3-5 single pitch. Both of the dice had perfect energy levels. Hit right in a mixing bowl, which I don't like, but lately it's been landing there, and I've actually not had too bad of results with that. So you're talking about the diamonds on a table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a 7-diamond table. From what I've been hearing, that's a pretty hot topic as of late. I believe that there's a lot of people out there that have 5-diamond tables, and then the new craze, I guess, is the 9-diamond table. The diamonds are smaller yet, so not sure where you purchase the different ones. And we have a 2-4-6. I got my stuff, my diamonds, from the casinoforyou.com. I am not sponsoring them. I am not paid by them. I do not receive anything from them. But I did get that from them. All my diamonds, the felt, the chips, all that type of stuff. And I was extremely happy with the service and the prices and the delivery speed of the products. I know I ordered everything, and I had everything within like 3 days, 3 or 4 days. It was at my house from the day that I ordered it. Customer service, I really didn't have much to do with the Magic Aces 112. That's an implosion of the right die, explosion of the left die. I know I didn't really have too much communication with them, so I'm not sure what customer service wise. I do know that I have tried contacting them through their online email, and I've never received a response back. And as far as what I was trying to do is set up some kind of commission with them to promote their products and see what they would do. 257, and they've never responded back, so I have no idea about that. But I am happy with the quality of the products there, and I am happy with the timeliness of the deliveries of when I ordered it and when I received it. And the order of the accuracy, or the accuracy of the order, was extremely accurate. It was everything that I had asked for and everything that I had expected. Now it felt comfortable coming out. We have a 2-2 hard 4 Mike from On Playing Craps. And that's roll number 55 for the day. We have 45 approximately left. And we have a 5-1 mixer. So those last two rolls last two rolls that we did, that was an implosion on the right die, were consistent, even though the numbers came up differently. They felt good coming out. They landed decent. The energy level is good. So we need to see if we can keep on replicating those. Now veered off to the right just slightly. We have a 2-3-5, no feel 5. Alfredo was the host for me this weekend when I did the shooting. for the shooting competition. Excellent host, very inviting, very easy to work with. So if anybody ever needs to work with Alfredo, by all means, please do so. Two one three Alfredo sauce. We're talking about. We see it. Mark, that would be nice, but I don't think they will be a sponsor of mine. Like I said, I don't get paid anything for them. I don't, nothing like that. I just endorsing what I've seen. Um, 6'1" Minmoyo, or 6'5" Minmoyo. I'm sorry, 6'5" Minmoyo. Um, so yeah, just endorse what I see. I was really happy with with all that stuff. I think if I redo it, I know I've been hearing a lot of stuff about CasinoSupply.com. I know John from ProCraps uses them, and he swears up and down by their company. Um, so maybe if I was to get a new felt in the future, 4-4 hard 8 square pair, maybe I would use them, because if I would get a new felt, I would consider getting a customized felt. And they have raving reviews from John regarding that, so that's worthy of enough of a reason to go there for me. And we have a 1-5 mixer once again. That's a little bit of consistency and roll right there. And we have a 6-4-10. Waylon's best friend, Big Joe, on the end. You know, I need to switch that from Big Joe to maybe Papa Joe. There we go. That sounds good. Papa Joe on the end. And we got 3-4-7. Ouch. Double pitch of the dice. And that was a 15 roller. Wow, I didn't realize that one was as long as it was. So that was a decent roll then. Um, a few craps numbers on that. Otherwise, there was a lot of box numbers in that throw, so that would have been a decent betting throw. And we have a 2-1-3 Alfredo sauce. Alfredo sauce is the boss. And he cut the crust off my cucumber sandwiches as a good host. Guys, it's an awesome guy. Very dedicated to the community, the crafts community. And overall, around just a nice guy. 167. So that's a come out 7 pass line winner. And that would be an explosion of that left die and right die, both. Also, the beginning part of my rollout today, the level up. Check that out, guys. I talk about the dice that I used yesterday. 4, 6, 10. There was a comment in the chat that I saw afterwards questioning the validity of my dice. And I will show you in the beginning of this level of video that they are valid dice. Actually, they're dice that I purchased right from Craps Nation. So you have got pretty much half of Craps Nation that have dice from them. And they will all verify the validity of those dice. 1, 2, 3. Alfredo sauce is the boss. Whoops. Yep, that was a 1, 2. And 314 Big Joe. Craps Master Journey. I haven't been throwing a lot of 314s for a while. And today they're starting to show again a little bit. That was one of my signature numbers for quite a while. And it kind of just disappeared the last few sessions of last week. So good to see them coming back, because that's always a double pay number. And 325, that is the number that I have been throwing quite a bit the last couple days. In fact, my shooter competition, I think the 5 was my number one number for that 20, during that 20 roll. In fact, I think I had a 0.5 and I pointed out right away. I hit the 5 the second time right in a row. And I think I hit like 3 of the first 5 throws were a 5, I think it was. And 347 out, double pitch. So that's telling me I need to start looking at the finger position on the dice. How are my fingers located on there? We got 30 more rolls. Let's see if we can figure that out really quick, because I've been getting in a few of these double pitches here. So I need to grab more with the fingertips. There you go. And 2, 4, 6, single pitch. I have got a ton of short rolls today. This is not normal for me, but we do get days that do this. Wow, that was terrible. Terrible, terrible. 369, center field 9. Dice flew out way to the right. Stuck to my fingers as they were releasing. Explosion of the right die. And that's one of the fun facts, guys. 369, center field 9. One of the fun facts of exposing yourself live, throwing the dice live consistently every single day, is you're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly, and there's no hiding behind this, guys. Either we're going to make it or we're not going to make it. And it helps dispel a lot of the stuff about people. Some people, that's all they do is record it. Some people are not factual in their results, and you're seeing everything firsthand here, guys, with me. A lot of low numbers. Wow, look at the sixes today, guys. 14 sixes today. That's a lot. That's going to really jack those numbers up for the sixes when we report it into Bone Tracker. That's been another, when I first started throwing the dice here with this journey, and we have a 2, 4, 6 as we're talking about them. When I first started throwing the dice with this journey, sixes were one of my low numbers. I was not hitting many sixes at all. But as of the last week and a half, 2 weeks, that's been one of my signature numbers. Is that 5, 6, somewhere in that area. Both of those numbers, actually, the 5 and the 6, have been producing quite a bit. Ooh, dice came down. They kissed, but we got lucky. 3, 6, 9. If you guys saw that when that came down, they hit and they kissed and they split right apart. You're right. This is a topic, TH, that has come up with the shooting practice all the time about if people are winning money, losing money. By all means, you need to put a loss limit out there and a profit goal out there. Um, And honestly, at the table, 448, hard eight. Honestly, if I was at the casino at the table and I'm throwing a lot of short rolls, I probably would pass the dice. Um, and I've done that before. Whereas if I'm shooting really well that day, I'm going to try to get the dice as much as I possibly can. And that's one of the reasons, guys, I don't like shooting at the table by myself. I like to be around at least two other people at the table, one or two other people, so that way it takes a little bit of the stress off me. I can have a little bit of a relaxation time in between. Now I don't like, oh, look at how tight those are to the back wall, guys. 5-1 mixer. Now I do not like playing at a full table by any means. Anything more than maybe two other people, I don't like that. I like the low numbers at the So Alfredo went back to the beginning. That Craps Nation dice are actual casino dice. Not sure why you don't see Monopoly car, which could be why some con. Yeah, I could see the Monopoly to the white. I went with the white dice on the shoot yesterday because those numbers those colors are actually easy to see. So I just wanted to make sure that there was no thought out there that there was any collusion going on. 5-4 center field 9. Because all I got, guys, is my honor and my word. And my word is gold as far as I'm concerned for anything in my life. Six, 4, 10. We got Big Joe, Waylon's friend, on the end. So we're at roll number 80. 20 more approximately to go. And we have a 4-2-6. I'm sorry, 2-4-6. I always count the black number first. It's a single pitch. That's good information, Alfredo. No, I didn't know where they order them from. I know that Sleepy 2525, I believe, is the one that does all the ordering for that. Heath. In fact, he's trying to get together another order because apparently he orders enough of a quantity that he qualifies for the casino authorization to buy them. So that's an awesome thing to see. And we got Boxcars Midnight 6-6. Throwing a lot of those today as well, and the Magic Aces today. Three. Hey, guy, we hit the toe. That would be the toe. Wow. Very cool. We haven't done that for a few days. So that's good to see. And what do we need to get small? Pretty much all the numbers. So who was it just a little bit ago said I've been throwing a lot of low numbers? Well, that was not the case for this shooter. But yeah, I have been throwing a lot of low numbers lately. And we got 246. And boxcars once again. Midnight Train. This is roll number, and that's 4 for the day and at 12. This is roll number 15 coming up. And we have a 5-4 Centerfield 9. That's 5 9s for this shooter. Wow. Talk about a hot number. And 167 out. So that was a 16 rower this time. 14 more rows left. We get that SOR up to 7.8, so that was really low when we started. We brought it back up. The SRR is at 5.7. So we started off with quite a few short rows. We're starting to bring those up a little bit. So we have a 5-1 mixer to start off with the next row. And that's an implosion of the right die. And a 2-5-7 double pitch. Okay, coming out again. Veering off to the right a little bit here. 3-3 hard 6. Throwing quite a few of those today. That's roll number 90 coming up. And 6-2-8. It's like Dust, the one, is winning lots of money off my rolls today. And 5-5 hard 10. That's the first one for the day. 5-5 hard 10. See if we can repeat that. No, but we got another hard way. Midnight. That's not a hard way, guys, but I call it a hard way. 6612. Cannot believe the number of those that were thrown today. So even though it's kind of cool to get that to come up, that's actually a bad throw for me because that's an implosion of that left die, explosion of the right die. And I want to try to keep things on axis. So that's showing me that our dice tossing is not quite as good as I want it to be today. And again, boxcars, 6612. That did roll, both of the dice rolled. That was a 6-6 there, and come on, Joe. There we go, we got her. So that's what was showing when I finished the roll. I don't know how casino guys can do that, rolling of the dice so easily, and they do it on command. I don't understand that. That's a skill, definitely a skill set. And I just realized something right now, guys. 415. One of the things on my square, around my logo that I have on there, and I was not focusing on it today, is called the posture. And my posture today is a very slouching posture, and I just caught that in the last throw, and we strained it out a little bit, and it felt more comfortable. So maybe that's what's going on with the rolls today. So straighten it out today. Again. A little bit short on that left die, but we have a 2-3-5. Big, or not Big Joe, that's no fill 5. So all four things in that logo are very important. The posture, the energy, the landing zones, and the grip. Left die slipped out way early, but we have a 6-5 Minmo Yo. That slipped out big time. 6-5 Minmo Yo. So that's an implosion of that left die. Veered off a little bit to the left, or to the right, and a little bit long, but dice had good energy. 1-4-5. So it's an explosion of that left die. And 4-4 heart 8. And midnight. Cannot believe how many of those we're throwing today. 7 of them today out of 99 rolls. Wow. So this is obviously going to be our last shooter. We're going to finish it out though. For those of you playing along. Another midnight. Wow. Tons of midnights. 8 of them for the day. Unreal. 4 of them just on this shooter. 549, center field 9. And we have a 2-1-3 Alfredo sauce. Morning, CRC. Last shooter here, guys. See how long we can get it to go. 314, Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. It's roll number 15, number 16 coming up here. So if I can consistently get in that 15, 16 range, I'm cool with that. Obviously, the more the better. Because if you can get in that range, we have a 639. There will hopefully be a fair number of box hits or money-making hits. And we have a 459, center field 9. So what am I doing differently on this roll that I haven't done on as much on the rolls before this shooter? And the difference would be my posture. I was slouching and leaning in too hard on all the other shooters today. This one particular shooter here, I changed that, and I'm actually going with a straight spine and taking pressure off my elbow. That's the elbow right here on the table here. And more pressure on my stomach pulling towards the table there. I'm also getting a lot higher of a viewpoint. 134, Big Joe. Get a higher viewpoint of the end of the table so I can actually see the release of my hand a little bit better and still see the dice fly through the air. So that's what the difference is between changing your posture on slouched and keeping it straight. Also, I can feel that my arm is a lot straighter here also. Four, 6, 10, Big Joe on the end. Waylon's best friend, Papa Joe. So we're going to call that 4-6 Papa Joe. Veering off to the right just slightly. We have a 5-6 mid-mo yo. That's roll number 20. Going for 21 for this last shooter. Six, 3-9, center field 9. Hope that did roll. That was a 6, guys. 6-3-9. One of the other things I'm realizing here also with keeping a higher posture and not leaning in as far, what's happening is my dice, my hand on the table is not pushing in. So when I'm leaning in, my hand here is pushing in tighter. When I have a taller stance, I'm just barely touching the table with that middle knuckle. So that way I have a forward swing a little bit easier. 4-4-8, square pair. So that way I'm not leaning into the table and I have hand actually is able to go forward a lot easier. Oh, thanks, Alfredo. I didn't even see that. If I could figure out how to throw two magic aces, which I've actually thrown a lot of those today. I got 3 of them so far today. So let's see if we can do some magic aces. And it's not there, but we have a 4-2-6. And that is 21 times we've thrown that 6 today. Talk about putting that middle finger up. And there we go, guys. 6-1-7 out. So we had half of the magic aces, half of what we needed. And that was 24 rolls long. So that was a good roll. But anyhow, guys, let's call it quits. John should have been started already. So let's all go over to the Casino Gaming TV and support him. But hey, my name is Joe. This is my Crapsmaster Dice Shooting Journey. Please make it yours as well.